can I shoot under par at Pebble Beach? That's going to be the challenge today is I'm going to try to shoot under par at Pebble Beach. If you're new to the channel, I'm Justin Van Riper with Sim Golf Live, where I do live golf every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. So come join me. I'd love to hear from you guys in the chat. Big shout out to X Golf, O'Fallon, Missouri. So that's where I'm doing this, shooting this from. Big shout out to those guys. Staff here is fantastic. Love the simulators. I'll kind of explain a little bit about the simulators as the round's going, but let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to try to shoot under par. So under par, just one ball today. Try to shoot under par at Pebble Beach. So it's going to be quite the challenge, but we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see if we can try to get there. I will say the first, I think it's like 4 or 5 holes are pretty scoreable, so we really want to be able to take advantage of those. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. This is actually, we're kind of in a torrential downpour right now, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear that rain or not. But you can see on this hole, we've got a little bit of a dog leg right. It's a short one, short hole. It's only 313 yards. So 313, we'd love to hit a little bit of a fade here. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of a fade swing is the goal. Try to fade this kind of up there and see what happens. I didn't fade. Struck it well, just didn't fade. Hopefully that doesn't get stuck behind that tree. Okay, stay to the right of it. All right, so we're okay from there. I struck that well enough that if that landed, like if it was on a straight line target towards the green and landed on the fairway, that honestly probably would have got on the green. But we just didn't get any fade on it. Tried to fade it, just really didn't fade. So now we're left with this little pitch shot here. And that rain is really coming down. Like it just got really bad a second ago. So hopefully, my mic's not picking that up like crazy, but it's really coming down. But hey, that's the advantage playing at X Golf. We can play inside, indoors, weather doesn't matter, and we get to play a course like Pebble Beach. So pretty cool to be able to do that. We've got 46 yards. It's a little bit downhill, but it's in the rough. I think this is around a 50-yard shot. I'm going to hit this around a 50-yard shot is the goal. Try to get this close. Maybe start out with a birdie. That'd be a great way to get started. The back nine plays a lot more difficult, so it'd be nice to get a good start here. All right, 40, yeah, maybe 49 yards. Thinned it. Was not very great, but we've got a birdie putt at it. And any birdie putt is makeable, and especially one like this that doesn't have much break. So we're just going to put this just a touch outside. Just a touch outside. And hopefully it breaks kind of right into the middle of the cup. Yeah, just a touch out. It's not really breaking much at the beginning, just kind of breaking a little bit right at the very end. All in all, though, not too bad of a putt. Would have liked to, of course, been closer, but this is what we're left with. So I'm going to try to hit this about 29 feet. Pulled it. Okay. Not a good putt. I realized, like, right as I was standing over the ball to putt it, I'm like, probably should hit a practice putt or something. I'm also trying something else new today. Normally, the gimme range, like the standard gimme at X Golf, is 7 feet because it can be a little bit hard for the sensors and stuff to pick it up under 7 feet. I usually do it at 4 to make it a little more realistic. I'm actually going to try it with no gimmies. So I'm really not sure what to expect here. the simulator does have a little bit of a difficulty sometimes on the short ones, but we got 1.5 feet. Hopefully we can make this. Okay, there we go. So like usually on those short ones, you just have to give it a little more pace. So would have loved to start with a birdie. Like I said, it's pretty scoreable on the first few holes. As you can see by the flyover, we've got a par 5 now. So starts out, with a good tee shot. And if we're able to, put the ball in play with a decent strike, we will have a go at this. We should be able to reach this in 2 here. I'm going to aim this a little bit right. And because I've been pulling the ball slightly. Plus there's plenty of room over there on the right too, if it stays right. So we're going to try to put a good swing on this. Kind of very right side of the fairway is our aim point. And let's try to get it down there and then have, a really good look at our approach shot on this par 5. Well, I did pull it. Get over the bunker. Might be left of it. Okay, we're over the bunker. All right. Hit that really high off the face. Not a good strike. But luckily, it is a short par 5. So, I could have, if you're actually on target and you don't land in the rough where it's not going to roll out. I've had, a pitching wedge in here, and we're going to have a lot more than that. But that's okay because we can still get there. We got 178, slightly uphill, 179. It's in the rough. I think this is 197 shot or something. It's probably pretty close to playing like 200 yards here, because that rough will kill it like 10%. So this is going to play pretty close to, I would say, a 200-yard shot. So we're going to try with a 6. Try to take a 6. Try to put a good swing on it. See what happens. It's chunky, so it's going to be short, I think. Oh, that might work out really well. Go ball. All right, 3 feet. 3 feet for eagle. I'll take that. I think I'm glad that I didn't catch that clean. I caught that a little heavy. I chunked it just a little bit. I think I would have had more spin if I caught it clean. So I don't know. Maybe it was still the right club, but hey, I cannot complain with that result. That result is fantastic. So normally this would be a conceded gimme eagle here. If we did, the standard 7 feet, or even if I lowered it to 4, this would still be a gimme. But I'm going to putt everything out today and see how it goes. It's kind of tricky. It's low downhill. 3 feet. There we go. Eagle. That's huge. That is huge right there. Eagle on the second hole at Pebble. Big second shot there. That was great. So you can see on this one, this whole dog legs left significantly. I probably would normally take a 5 wood here and draw it around those trees, because driver's kind of too much. But if you joined me last week on a live session, I took a swing with my 5 wood and it just broke. The face just popped off. So we are going to try to do that with the driver. We're going to try to hit a draw here. I think this is a decent starting line. Actually, maybe even go a little bit further right. We're going to really try to draw this one. And hopefully it kind of takes the shape of the fairway and goes right down there with it. All right. Draw swing. Let's see what happens. Didn't really draw. Probably going in that bunker. Yeah. It's almost scary. Oh, did we somehow miss? Nope. I thought maybe we missed it. That's okay though, man, because we're only 76 yards away. That does change what I would do though. So let's see. 76 yards, 80% bunker. So 90, maybe a 92-ish shot. It's a little bit of green to work with behind it. It's a bunker short, and then you're kind of short-sided after that. I think I'm going to take, that ball sounded weird. I think I'm going to take a 55 here, 55 degree. Maybe take a little bit off of it, but try to hit a 55. I'm going to play this about 90, 93, maybe 93. Let's try that. Aim this a little bit right. This club tends to squirt out to the left a little. Pulled it even further. Oh my gosh, that has no spin. So I don't think that was a good read by the simulator, but those happen. They do happen sometimes. I do think X Golf has the best simulators in the business. Unfortunately, that read virtually no spin, whereas normally that club would have been probably 11,000 spin. I think it read it at like 2,000. So the ball just flew, went way further because of that. And so now we got to try to get up and down for par. Who knows? I mean, maybe we hole it. Chipping has been better. I've got 26 up a little bit. So it's 27. This is about a 30-yard in the rough, about a 30-yard shot. 30 yards. Try to knock this close. That's it. All right. I'm happy with that. So we have 3 feet left. It's a good shot. Anytime you can put yourself within like 3 feet from that range, that yardage, that's always good. So adjust the line a little bit on the putt and knock this home. So it is kind of funny. It's like the first round that I've taken off gimmies completely. And I think on the first 3 holes, we've literally had putts that would have been less than 4 feet, I think, on every single hole. So we've got a little bit of a challenge, a little downhill. Try to knock it in. There we go. All right, save par. So that eagle was huge. That hole's a little bit more difficult. That's not, as scoreable there. Now this one, I don't know what it is on this hole. It's a short, famous hole, short par 4, very famous hole, 4th hole at Pebble Beach. It's short, it's drivable. It is pretty far uphill, but it's only 290. And I usually never hit a good tee shot on this hole for whatever reason. You have water all up the right side, so there's a ton of water. So you obviously can't really afford to go left. Can't go left or you're in the water. It's really tight. Like the area that you approach the green at is really small. So like even if you hit a good drive, you're most likely going to be in the bunker. Like greenside bunker is considered, I would say a really good shot. Very narrow to actually try to get this thing on. But we really got to make sure we don't go right here. Keep this out of the water. Well, kind of hit that funky, but that's going to work out well. The club almost like moved, turned a little in my hand when I hit it. So we obviously lost some distance. But all in all, I mean, I'm really happy with that. That's, even though I misstruck that, I didn't need to crush the ball just because it is a shorter hole. So I didn't need to crush it. And that is probably one of the best tee shots I've had on this hole. I generally like really struggle with that tee shot for some reason. So very, very happy with that. Really tricky on the green up there because it's going to go right like halfway through, and then it's going to come back left really hard after that. I might just try to send this straight at it and see what happens. We've got in the fairway, 17 yards. All right. Try to hit a good one. Sit, hit the flag. No spin again. It is just not reading spin today. So got to take that into consideration. Really, really poor shot there. That was not ideal, but we still have a birdie putt. So we got to think about that. Still got a birdie putt. It's going to break really hard to the right. It's almost one of those ones where I feel like the further I put it left, the more it's going to break right. It's breaking hard, though. We're going to put that way out there. So we're actually over 2 feet out to the left on this 20-footer. It's way downhill, too. Need to play this about 17 feet, 16 feet. I have a feeling this thing could just run out like crazy. So we want to be careful with the speed. Don't want to leave myself, especially with no gimmies, I don't want to leave myself a extremely long par putt. So let's try to be safe on the speed. Try to hit it about 16 feet and see what happens. That's not there. Or maybe it is. Okay. Well, that was not a great putt, but with that massive slope, it helped the ball get down there. And so now we have a little 2.5-footer. Really, it was the second shot that did us in there. That was a very poor chip. Very poor chip. Let's try to make this, though, still stay 2 under par. There we go. All right. Par. So we got no bogeys on the card. No birdies either. But we've got an eagle. So we got a pretty short par 3 here. Yeah, 126, slightly down. We're going to hit maybe a little bit of a punchy pitching wedge, I think is what I'm going to do here. I prefer to hit my wedges like that, a little more punchy, and instead of like trying to take a full, 50 or 55 degree, that's just going to sky in the air. If I do a full swing, I'm going to try to take a little bit of a punchy pitching wedge and see what happens. 126. Go, go, go. All right. Took obviously way too much off of that. Kind of thought when I hit it, I was like, I don't know if that's going to get there. If I were doing that shot, I probably should have taken like a 9 or a different club, but bunkers aren't bad here. This is not too bad. It does look like there's a lot of slope from the heat map. There's a lot of slope up by the green. So I believe anything left is going to funnel down to the right. In the bunker, about a 36-yard shot. 36. Go in. Oh, Once again, though, there was virtually no spin on that, so um, I'm gonna have to, adjust for that and chip it. I mean, it worked out perfectly in that case. I needed it to have no spin, or else I was gonna end up way short. So very thankful on that one. But other shots, I'm gonna have to take that in consideration. It just doesn't seem to be picking up any spin on my chips. All right, so we got less than a foot. Here we go. So yeah, you just have to hit them a little bit harder. I've realized on the really short ones for them to pick it up. Got another par five. Hey, if we can just like eagle all the par fives, I think we're going to be in great shape for shooting under par. Once again, on this one, this is a famous hole. Tiger Woods has had some famous approach shots on this. It goes way downhill. Initially. Water, like the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, is just all on the right. You cannot go right. It's way downhill, but then your approach shot is way uphill. So when you're playing it in real life, and probably here on the simulator as well, we're not going to be able to see the flag on our second shot. It's really far uphill. So we want to just kind of pound this one down there. Gotta stay clear of the water. I would rather be in the bunkers on the left than the water on the right. Let's just try to get it down there. Yep, we're definitely left. It's probably going to be, no, we might avoid those bunkers. It would have been nice to hit that cart path. Well, okay. We have avoided. I thought that was just going to keep going. So you can see what I was talking about. Look at that. It's just straight uphill. Can't even see the flag. It's 12 yards uphill is what it's saying. I did not strike my drive that great again. Would have liked to be further down there, especially if we're going to be in the rough. But we've got, I think this is going to play almost 240. I think that's about what we have to play this at, is around 240, because it's way uphill and it's in the rough. So 240, going to take a 5-iron, try to get it up there. It's leaking a little right, didn't hit it great, wasn't terrible. Stay in the fairway. All right, we're up there. So remember, that was out of the rough and way uphill. So I know it only said it went like 180, but I promise you that would have went a lot further had it not been substantially uphill and from the rough. But yeah, I just wasn't a perfect strike on it. We had it leaking a little bit right, but we're not in bad shape, especially since we stayed in the fairway. So we've got 30 yards, a little uphill, about a 32-yard shot. Have not been spinning these, so got to keep that in mind. 32 yards. Not too bad. And I noticed, like, I did try to take some off, and that one didn't spin very much either. So I did that kind of purposely, took a little bit off, because normally those balls would check a little more. And there's a couple things I can do differently to try to induce a little more spin, but they're working out pretty well right now. So we might as well just stick with it. This putt's breaking a little bit to the right. Got 6 feet, quite a bit downhill. And aim it just a little bit out to the left. Downhill, going to hit this approximately 5 feet. All right, try to knock it in. There we go, birdie. All right, so we didn't get an eagle on that par 5, but we did get a birdie. I've always said I thought it'd be fun if there was a course out there that just had all par fives, like see how low you could go under. Because that's 3 under on the par fives and even on everything else. Now, this is really an iconic hole. It's 70 yards, very, very iconic hole. Extremely short. Even when they play it on the PGA Tour, like if they play it in, major or something, it's like if they have the U.S. Open out there, it just plays extremely, extremely short. There's usually a ton of wind. It's just kind of like swirling. It's also downhill. It plays decent ways downhill. So this is about like a 90 shot, about a 90-yard shot. And I think what I'm going to do, it looks like the pin's kind of in the middle. I think I'm going to take a 50-degree and punch this. I'm going to punch a 50, and this should get a good amount of spin. Hopefully on this it will. So we're going to go back. We're going to keep our angle, our wrist angle, to de-loft the club, and then we're going to kind of stop our backswing or our follow through. I'm going to stop it short and see what happens. Try to play it 90 yards, about 90 yards. Oh, no spin. Okay. That might help us. That might help us. All right. Good shot. This is also another hole where I don't know what it is, but I think it's just like such in between clubs. I never hit usually a good tee shot. So to have a 12-footer for birdie, I'm very, very happy with. Really surprised again that didn't catch spin. So just wondering if it's possible we're going to have to just play kind of the whole round like that. And it's just not, might need slightly recalibrated. But like I said, I mean, X Golf is like, I think it's the gold standard in simulators. I love playing here, especially putting. The putting here is so much better than most places. Put a lot of different simulators, and I love it here at X Golf. Hit this about 11 feet. Pretty straight putt. Oh no, 11 feet. Oh, I just pulled it a touch. That's on me. Pulled it a touch. Pulled it a touch. That's tough. Okay. Now we've got, man, I really wanted that birdie. And we lifted out. Just a little bit of a pull. So now we just got a 2-footer. Let's knock it in. There we go. Save par. Honestly, that hole, as short as it is, it plays really difficult. I'm happy with the par there. Now, after seeing the tee shot, obviously it would have been nice. Another crazy hole. So Pebble's just full of crazy holes. So you got a couple choices here off the tee box. There's water all on the right side, and there's a kind of drop off. So if you look up here, like if I take driver straight at the flag, I'm going in this water. Like I'm going in the water. So you can either lay up and take this route, or you can try to hit a driver and hit it over here in this range. I've done both. I'm not sure if I really have a preferred, preference here. It's way uphill on your first shot. It is way uphill. I think I'm going to just go ahead and hit probably going to try to hit a 5-iron. I'm just going to go kind of straight at it. Try to cut off some of the distance. Because you can only take a 5-iron, I know it's not a very far hole, or at least it's not playing that far today. But it really does play far here. Your approach shot, because you got to take a iron off the tee. So I want to take a pretty direct line so we can have a shorter second shot in, so we're not a mile out. All right, that was smoked. Hopefully it's not too much. Stay, stay, stay. Don't go in the rough. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, I hit that really, really well. So that went 225, and I think it was like 15 yards uphill. So I mean, um, I didn't think I could get to that. And then when the ball was in the air, I hit it well enough that I thought I might be in the ocean. So at least we're in the rough, and we took a direct line at the hole, so that shortened our second shot, even though it is going to be in the rough, which will take some off. It's kind of tricky because it's also a downhill shot, but then it's in the rough. We've got roughly 166 minus 5. It's like 161 after taking in the slope, but then we got to account for the rough, and probably 170, maybe 177. Yeah, maybe 177 or so. Maybe 177. Let's try. I think I'm going to go ahead and take an 8 and take an 8 iron. It's 177. See what happens. Try to put a good swing on it. A little short. I knew it. I was like, I didn't feel like I caught it perfectly, but not too bad. This is another difficult hole here that are scoreable, and other holes that you're just happy to walk away with a par. I think I'm going to take a 50 here. So instead of taking a 60, since we're not getting a lot of spin on them, we're going to keep this lower and hit more of a bump and ride, I think is what we're going to try to do. It's in the fairway, 13 yards. Oh, shit. Oh, that was so bad. I just like threw my wrist at it. That was a really poor strike. But that's what we're here for. This is all live golf, bad shots included. And that was not my best. Yeah, I just kind of threw my hands at it. What do we have? We have 10 feet downhill. It's looks like it's going to break a little bit to the left. Not too much, though. Just outside. Hopefully that's yeah, that should hopefully be a good line. Downhill, I'm gonna try to hit this about 8 feet. Hit a good putt, 8 feet. Oh, it's gonna miss left. Wow, I can't believe that went that far by too. Felt like I barely tapped that putt. Felt like I barely tapped it. Okay, now we got a comebacker. Somehow it says we're downhill again, which is interesting. I thought that was honestly a pretty good putt. I guess I just didn't put enough break in it. All right, well, our clean scorecard with no bogeys is officially over. Let's try to at least make this and keep it just a bogey. 4 feet. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm so glad that went in. Luckily it was a close putt because that was not a very good strike at it. That would have been a tough double bogey if I was right next to the green on my second shot and doubled it. All in all, though, not too bad. This hole, obviously, we got the Pacific Ocean again on the right, as you can see by the flyover. Going to go downhill on the tee shot, and then I think the approach shot is then back uphill. This is hole number 9. So after this, we're 2 under. If we can, let's just say we par this, We're 2 under on the front. We're in good shape. The goal is to shoot under par. To try to shoot under par at Pebble. Aim this a little further right. Everything does slope to the right when it hits the fairway. Slopes down towards the ocean. Fade a little bit. Just trying to fade. I think that should be good because it should kick to the right a little bit. Really took a lot off of that. Just wanted to make sure we got the ball in play. So took quite a bit off of that. And so gives us slightly further in, but this isn't still bad at all. We've got 161 yards. It's a little bit down. Going to play this, 158. Pins towards the middle, maybe a little shaded towards the front. I think we're gonna take a 9. Let's hope this is the right club. I was in between this and taking a little bit off of an 8, but we're gonna try to take a 9. I pulled it like crazy. Struck it well, just pulled it a lot. It was a good strike. Still not reading any spin, so I think I'm just going to have to take that into account the whole round. This is really not where you want to leave yourself. Kind of short-sighted now. Really didn't want to go left. I just kind of turned through that one. It's clean contact. I pulled that like crazy. Okay, so now we're left. Gosh, this is tough. It's downhill from here. 25, a little bit down. 26-yard shot. We got to make sure we get it there. I don't want to be chipping again, but with it being kind of a front pin, not a lot of green to work with, we might end up going quite a bit, having a long putt by going over. But I'd rather have that than end up short and be chipping again. I'll go down. All right, at least we are putting. Man, I honestly thought when I hit that, I really liked it. I really did. I thought that was going to be a good shot, and it was not. But we're on the green. We've got a putt. That's what we really needed. We just had to get a putt at this thing. Can't tell if this is going to break left right off the bat. So you can see like the ball right next to mine. The two balls are moving like that, indicating that it's going to break right. But I can't tell how much they're actually going to affect my putt. I have it just a touch out. I think maybe I need to do another touch and then make sure I don't pull this putt. Okay, we're going to go right at the edge. Left edge. Now I really just got to make sure I don't pull it and hit it 19 feet. A little downhill. 19 feet. Yes. Yes. Wish over for birdie, but that was a great par save. Great par save. 20-footer. Very happy with that. So we finished the front 9 in 2 under par. So it gives us a little leeway. We can go 1 over on the back. The back does play a lot more difficult. So it's still going to be quite the challenge, especially if, like my tee shots start going a little haywire. We've got the ocean comes into play on a lot of holes, including this one. Anything right's going to go in the ocean. So still got to make sure we play really good golf. Start out with a good drive here. All right, I think that's pretty good. It's a good bounce. Come on. All right, 302. Got 114. 114 left. So I think I'm going to try again that little bit more of a punchy pitching wedge. So I'm going to try to punch this a little more. Love to hear from you guys in the comments too. What do you think? Right now, 2 under. Can I maintain and shoot under par? No gimmies, live, no edits, no cuts, no gimmies, 1 ball. Can I shoot under par? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, we got 114. So I'm going to hit a punchy pitching wedge. Go. All right. I will absolutely take that. 9 feet. That's great. Great shot. I will take that. Not exactly like what I expect on that punchy one. Usually it should put more spin on it. And so I really would want to fly it actually onto the green. That one obviously ended up a little bit less, but we're getting less spin today. So it kind of worked out perfectly. I will take 9 feet all day long, especially with a putt that is pretty darn straight. So if anything, it goes a touch to the right, just a touch. So if I happen to pull it a little bit, just if I pull it slightly, I should hopefully be okay. But let's just try to hit it straight and hit this about 9 feet. So I knew when I hit it, I was like, I'm pretty sure I hit that dead straight, but I also knew that I hit it with a lot of pace. Luckily, the hole caught it. So thank you, hole. Big shout out to the hole there for coming in clutch. That's another birdie. We're in great shape. We're 3 under par. Very happy with that. I got a short par 4. Short par 4. I'm just going to go ahead and hit driver up there. Try to give us a short second shot. It is way uphill. So I know it says 328. I'm definitely not getting there. But let's try to get it up there at least. Kind of hit that a little off the toe, but that's all right because that's going to be down the middle. Like I said, it's way, way uphill on this, so I knew we weren't going to get anywhere close to the green. And we got 56 left. 56. It's also uphill. Try to punch a 60. Punches have been working. At least on the last hole, we birdied off a kind of little punch shot. We're going to try to do the same thing here. Try to punch this. It's a little uphill, so yeah, we're going to play it 58. 58. Sit. Okay, not too bad. We're just not getting that spin, so it didn't quite check. But we got 13 feet, so solid, very solid. Can't complain too much with that. I think we're gonna, it's definitely breaking to the left. This is about half a foot out. Hopefully that's a good line. I moved it, it's 0.6 out to the right. It's breaking harder at the beginning, then it kind of stops breaking as much. I'm hoping this is a decent line for it. I will say one of the things about Pebble, and this is a big reason I'd say why I'm 300 right now, is you can end up with some, pretty straight putts overall. Like this one has some more break, but we've definitely had more straight putts here than a lot of other courses. So I really like playing this one. Pebble's really fun to play. It's way downhill here, way downhill. So we got to be careful on speed. We could go way by. Going to play this about 9 feet. Try to hit it straight. See what happens. 9 feet. Didn't put enough brake. Slow down. Okay, now we got 4 feet coming back. I knew that was going to be really fast, but it was a birdie putt that I didn't want to leave short. So that's fine. We just got to make sure we make the comebacker. And it's pretty straight, so should be able to make this. This one somehow is also a little downhill. It's kind of baffling when you have a really downhill putt and it goes long, and then your comebacker is somehow also downhill. I'm not sure how that works. All right, 4 feet. Just hit it straight. There it is. Okay, saved par. Really would have liked to make that first one. I just don't think I put enough break in it. Got a par 3. Looks like it's downhill, surrounded by bunkers. I was thinking this one was a little bit longer. I think there's another one coming up that's pretty long too on, is it like 17 maybe or something like that. This one's downhill, 186. It's going to be a 181-yard shot. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to hit it 8 iron. This is because it's not spinning as much, which means it should get more distance. This is maybe a little bit outside 8 iron range normally for me. I know 186-yard shot, but it is a little downhill. And we're just going to try to rip a good one. Just try to get it up there. I keep pulling the ball. And it was going to be, no, that actually probably was not going to be short had it been at the green, right at the flag. I think that maybe was the right club, but I've just been pulling everything a little bit, trying to get that worked out. Maybe I just need to, aim further right, at least for now, until we do get it figured out. We got a little bunker shot, 36. We played about 36 yards. 50% bunker, so 36-yard shot. Go. Okay. Say that's like a B. Wouldn't say it's a effort, but it also wasn't too bad. So, I give that a B. But we do have a little bit of a tricky slider of a putt now. It's really tough when you get inside 10 feet because you don't get the line anymore. So when I'm aiming it further right, I don't know exactly how far besides by the feet. I've got this. That might be too much. We're going to have it at 0.4 feet out to the right. It would be really nice if we had a line here. That might still be too much. Oh, it is way downhill, though. Okay, we're just going to try to hit this soft and hope it takes the break. So we don't want a long comebacker. So we really only want to hit this 4 feet or so. Perfect. I think that went center cup. So just like we planned it, got that one bogey. Wish I didn't have that one bogey, but we got an eagle, a couple birdies. We're in great shape. Got a par 4 here. See how far it is. I don't know exactly how far we've got. 367. So we're just going to take driver again. Without a 5 wood, my next longest club is a 5 iron. We could certainly still obviously get there in 2 with that club, but it's also not exactly ideal. Let's try to get us closer with the driver. Thought I hit that a little bit better than that. It must have been just really high off the face. Might get in the rough too, unless we get a good kick. Oh, we got a great kick. I'll take that. Great kick. Just didn't strike that very well again, but we got 88 yards. This is going to call for another punch. We're going to do a punch 50 degree on this. So normally this club can go, quite a bit further than this, but we're punching it up there. Punch it up there. All right. Little uphill, about a 90-yard shot. Sit. Come on, sit. Okay, we're on the green, 20 feet. It's not too bad from like 90 yards. Could have done better, but it's not terrible. Another one that's going to have a good amount of break. I know the back nine does play harder, and I think the putting so far has been a lot harder. It seems like we've had a lot more that have had break, like more break to them. Now, granted, you kind of assume, these tough courses are going to have break, but we were, I don't know, kind of fortunate, I feel like, on the front nine and had a lot of like pretty straight putts. I think I'm going to put it... I think this is going to break a good amount. So that's 1.5 feet out to the left. I think that's decent line. I don't know. I feel like on a lot of these, I haven't been putting enough break in it. So let's hope that's not the case here. Another one that's going way downhill. Should be able to only have to hit this about 16 feet. Oh, you got to hit it harder than that? Oh. All right, just a little more pace, and I think that was pretty good, but that's all right. Let's keep our par. 1.2 feet. There it is. Par. Oh, that would have been a really nice one to get. We got a par 5. This is one of 2 par 5s that we have remaining. This one's a big dogleg right. It's really hard to reach in 2 because there's like trees preventing you from going too far right on your first shot. Like on your tee shot, it's you can see these trees over here, so it's kind of hard to... I can try to hit... I might try to hit it at like this line, and then maybe do a little bit of a draw swing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We might not be able to... It's a hard one to get to in 2, especially when I don't have... Like normally this would be a 5 wood in, so we're probably not getting there because of that without a 5 wood. Oh, I smoked it. Go ball. All right, that's about as good as I could have done. Did have a little more backspin than I would have liked, but I feel like I struck that well, and I went just as far right as I possibly could have. Honestly, that was a great shot. Very happy with it. And we actually do have an iron in. Normally, I feel like this is not an iron in, but we cut off that corner really well. Somehow barely avoided the trees. That could have been a disaster if it would have hit the tree. Somehow we avoided that. And now we've got 225. But this is way uphill. This is like a 233 shot, I would say. Take a 5-iron, 233. Just last week, I had an approach shot into a par 5 that was 232 yards, and I hit it to 3 feet. So this is basically 233. Let's try to hit a good one here. Maybe a second eagle of the day. All right, 233, 5-iron in hand. Yeah, I was like, that didn't feel very good. Okay, we stayed out of the bunker. Yeah, I think the club turned a little bit in my hands on contact. Club turned slightly, which is never good. I mean, I did have to absolutely blast that at 233 yards away. And yeah, we just didn't hit it as crisp. But we're right here. We got 21 yards uphill, 23 in the rough, probably a 26-yard shot. Want to try to at least get it there. It's uphill. I think I'm going to open up the club face a little bit and try to get this a little higher. Open up the club face, get it a little higher. Sit. That was a really difficult shot, as you could see with the green that we had to work with. Well, and especially when we're not getting spin today. We were getting no spin. So that made, even with opening up the club face and hitting it high, it was already an uphill shot. It was just difficult spot to chip from, especially when we're not getting any spin today. But we've got a birdie putt again, 20 feet, got a birdie putt. Had a lot of birdie putts, and we just aren't converting recently. All right, we're going to put it right there. That is, we've got it 1.1 feet out to the right. It breaks really hard initially, and then it kind of flattens out at the end. I think that's decent line, hopefully. Downhill again. Another downhill putt. Got a downhill. It's going to play about 16, 17 feet. Slow down, and get in. Oh, lipped out on me. Oh, I just didn't put quite enough brake in it. It did slow down, and I thought maybe because it had such dying pace that it would sneak in. Another lip out. Had a couple lip outs. All right. Wow, that's a bummer to par a par 5, but we're in great shape because we are 3 under par. 3 under, and our goal was to just shoot under par at all. So 1 under was basically the goal. This looks like it's downhill par 4, also shorter. This one we actually should be able to hopefully get up there pretty close, as long as we hit a good one. Try to get up there pretty close. Downhill. See what we can do. Knock it up there nice and close. Oh, I'm hoping that's trying to fade. Well, at least we're in play. We did carry that one close to 290 on that carry. But now we're going over a bunker, kind of a tricky shot. It's not too bad though. Obviously, I would have liked to have been a lot closer, but we pulled that thing like crazy. Struck it decently well, just pulled it. So now we've got, it's a little uphill. I think it's about a 55-yard shot. About 55-yard shot. That's got to go, I believe. Go. Oh, if we were like a foot shorter, that's a good shot. I think if we were a foot shorter, I'm not sure that would have skipped. So we've been having to play these with no spin, which makes it really difficult. So, I mean, the ball's going to run out when it gets to the green without spin. And so it's like a fine line between staying short and being in the rough. Or, I mean, it's about as good as I think I could have done. I really don't know if I could have done any better on that. That was pretty good. So now we've got another great birdie opportunity. Putting has kind of been letting us down recently, so let's try to make one. Just ever so slightly downhill. You hit this about 6 feet. I pulled it. Okay, whew. I'm so mad I pulled that. Got another birdie. 4 under. This is pretty good round so far, I would say. We've got 3 holes remaining. Got another par 4. That's downhill as well. I think you can like actually go through that fairway with a good drive, but the rough's not too bad here. Not worried about the rough. Could potentially even end up in that bunker. Probably would like to stay short of that if possible. Maybe not absolutely crush this one. I think that's going to be really good. It is going to go to the rough, but I wanted to avoid the bunker, which I did. Good shape, 59 yards. Good shape. I will take that. That's almost, I'd say, as good as I could have done. Didn't want to crush it and end up in the bunker. So now we've got 60 yards in the rough, 66-yarder. Sit. Okay. Yep, just not getting spin. So we're going to be stuck with a lot of those. Really, I mean, all in all, a pretty decent shot. I almost have to stop the ball short. Like I almost have to land it short of the green. It's seeming like. I got a lot of break in this. Had a lot more tricky putts on the back. This is a big breaker. I mean, we've got this. It's only a 15-foot putt, 15 feet, and we've got it. 15-foot putt, and we've got it like 1.7 feet out to the left. Downhill as well. So we're going to try this at probably like 14 feet. 14 feet. Look at that. Yes. You see that thing break like crazy? I had that so far to the right. Great putt there. Very happy with that. Moves us to 5 under par. So, I mean, my goal is to just shoot under par, and we're 5 under. Look at that green. This hole is really, really difficult. You could see it in the flyover, and then you can see it up here. There's no green to work with, like literally no green to work with from there. And since, we're not getting any spin on the ball, it's going to be, I mean, pretty much impossible to actually stop this on the green. It's 162. Now we just got to kind of figure out where do we want to miss at. Sound as bad as that sounds, because I don't think like if we go right at it, we're just not going to be able to stop it. we're not going to be able to stop that thing because there's just no green to work with, and there's a bunker right in front. It's just really tough shot. So I think long and left is our miss. So I think long and left. So instead of taking a 9-iron, I'm going to take an 8 and maybe try to use that back left side of the green. If it goes over, I think we'll have an easier up and down from over there. So I'm going to try that. Long and left. Oh, well, it might be short still because I chunked it. Way short. Oh, that was way short. Chunky shot. Tried to do something a little bit different there, and it did not work out very well. Okay. It's going to be tough. This is going to be really, really tough up and down without being able to spin this. It's going to be really tough. I'm going to try to hit it with a little bit more spin. I'm going to try something a little different. Try to hit it with more spin. Hopefully it picks it up a little better. If I do this, we're going to aim a little to the right. It's going to play about like 31 yards, I would say. 31 yards. Really couldn't afford to do that. Didn't want to leave it there. Did not want to leave it there. Okay. Well, I really wish I could just putt this, which I could. I just honestly have no clue how it's going to come out of the rough. But honestly, that might be my best option. This might be, I don't know if this is a good idea or not. But we're going to putt this. This could go very, very poorly. I don't know. That's a lot of rough to go through. I'm worried that it's just going to stop me way short. So I'm not going to do that. We're going to take a 50. I think we got to. I just don't want it. It's so tempting to putt it, but I just don't know how it's going to play out of the rough. And what if it just like stopped it short and we're in essentially the same spot? Okay. Real short one. Real short one. Get in. Oh, that'd been a nice par save. I knew going into it, this was going to be a really tough, difficult hole, especially with, because it's so narrow. You have no green to work with. I knew it was going to be really tough, like especially without being able to get spin on the ball. But let's just get out of here with a bogey. We're still in great shape. Slow down. Okay. We're in for bogey. It is funny because both of our bogeys thought I might have missed the bogey putt. So like both of the bogeys were almost double bogeys. Famous 18th hole, par 5, water, the Pacific Ocean, all on the left side, just covers the left side. So you can be a little bit aggressive, try to cut off some of the water, but cut off some of the distance and go over the water. But obviously that's risky play. Tiger Woods actually won. I can't remember if it was the year that he won at Pebble Beach by like 15 strokes at the U.S. Open, something like that. He actually hit a tee shot in the water on this hole. I don't think it was in the final round, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. He hit a tee ball in the water here. I'm gonna try to avoid doing that. Tough bogey on the last after we had back-to-back birdies. So we had birdie, and then Unfortunately, bogey the last. We are 4 under par though. Let's try to see what we can do on this last hole. Finish strong. Finish strong. That's going to go a little right. I'm hoping it stays in the fairway. No, it's not going to stay in the fairway. But the further right you are, the better angle you have. Unfortunately, we're in the rough and 221 out, and it's a little uphill. This is a long way in. Maybe 245 or so. Going to take a 5-iron here. Going to put this pretty far to the right. Can't go left. Cannot go left here into the water. Going to put it pretty far out to the right. Just try to get it down there. Maybe if we're really lucky, somehow get on. Hit it pretty well. I was aimed right, though, and it's actually fading a little bit. Ooh, don't get in the way of that tree, though. Okay, got past the tree. Struck that pretty well. I'm happy with that strike. I knew I couldn't go left. We're at the point right now where my goal is to shoot under par, and I'm 4 under, and we can't go left into the water. And so I was a little more conservative, aimed to the right, and we just kind of hung it out to the right. But we've got a great opportunity to get up and down for birdie on the famous 18th hole at Pebble Beach. So we got 31 yards in the rough. Probably going to play this maybe like 34, 35. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I chunked that. Oh, that was terrible. All right. Just going to keep the 60 degree in hand. Chunked it. Go ball, go ball. All right, that was a good shot. Good shot there. 4 feet to save par. So we are going to hit our goal. Let's just tap this in for a 4 under. So great round. Really wish I would have chunked that pitch shot. Would have loved to get to 5, but that's golf for you. You're never going to have the perfect round. And if we can shoot 4 under at Pebble, I'll take that. Knock this in though. 4 feet. Whew. All right, barely. All right, so there you have it. We shot. I'll get out of the way so you guys can see the scorecard. So you guys can look at the scorecard. We had a great round. We literally shot 2 under on the front and 2 under on the back. Ended up at 4 under par, a 68 at Pebble Beach. That was with no mulligans. That was no second ball. That was with no gimmies, just live real golf. So thank you guys for joining me. Great round today, shooting 4 under at Pebble Beach. I'm Justin Van Riper with Sim Golf Live, where I do live golf every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. So I do live golf every day. Join me here. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Love to be able to interact with you guys live. Another big shout out to X Golf. I'm at X Golf O'Fallon, Missouri. Fantastic staff here. Love the staff here. Love the facilities. And I think they have the best simulators in the business. So go to X Golf, check it out. Great place to play some rounds. And right now, it's pouring down rain where I'm at, and I am playing at the beach at Pebble. So pretty cool to be able to do that. Thank you guys. Until next time, appreciate it. God bless. Have a good one.